stunning. All the lads and lasses there, all the smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
In range. Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collinwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another John Sinclair TV back again, and I've got Tony again. Good evening, Tony.
Oh, hi, John. Hope you're well.
Fantastic, fantastic. Sorry about the late show, lads. Lateness is greatness, and yeah. Before we talk to the main topic of the day, guys, if you'd like to go through this, if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, super chat as well if you'd like to super chat. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. Just click on the member sign, which is 99p. The link's in the description there as well. Got some comments as well. And we're going to go on to the first one. It's flying through the roof. I got Ches. Big up to you, Ches. I hope you're okay, mate. From South Africa, thank you so much indeed for the retweets and the likes. And emphasize the Ches. Big up to Leslie, evening to you. Good evening, John, and the rest of your lovely people. And Gary, hope you're okay, mate. Big up to Truls. Hi to I Like Coffee, Unai Emery settings. And big up to Truls again. The lady, yeah, Tony, had problems, had his tea set, etc. Julius just scored, by the way, by a goal and nil. And got one from a few other people to hi as well. And we have John's it will start couldn't find dancing. You know what? I'm not a good dancer. Well, I'm not a bad dancer, but I'm not as good as you. But there you go. And everyone saying hi. And everyone saying let's go. Everyone saying hi. Hi to Carlos. Hope you're okay. Hi to my guy. Hope you're okay, Stu. Everyone saying well, thank you so much for joining, guys. So yeah, but we're going to talk about the day. It's just been the latest news. I know the transfer window is going to open very soon, and according to reports, Luke Edwards come out the day. I know Tony's not your favorite person, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to tell you that according to his tweet and other sources today, that Newcastle's move for James Maddison is going to be very unlikely, sort of thing. This is what he said on a tweet. He said, highly unlikely to move for James Maddison in January, according to well-placed sources. There could be signings made, but not going to be a huge month for recruitment, and that's the deal. It's very, very expensive and difficult to do. Still like the player, though, and remains of interest. That's Luke Edwards' tweet. Tony, I mean, look, people love him, hate him. People believe him, they don't believe him, right? But this is the same guy that said that thing's not going to happen. It did. So, Tony, can you take this guy seriously? Or do you think it's just a wait and see? Me personally, I've always said about James Maddison, if you're going to do a deal for him, it's going to be in the summer. If anything, I just can't see it happen in January, mate.
Well, I don't take notice of what Luke Edwards says. How does he know what we're doing in the January transfer window? How does he know? I don't think the club even I don't even think the club communicate with him, to be honest, John. I don't think they even entertain him that much. Can't stand the bloke. Don't listen to him, John. He's always doom and gloom. Mm-hmm. I mean, he said we weren't going to spend any more money in the summer, and we went and bought Isak for £63 million. So, where's he getting these stories from? I mean, he doesn't like us, John. He hates us for getting rid of Steve Bruce. That's the problem. And he's always going to be like this towards us. So I wouldn't take any notice of it. Take notice of it when he walks through the door, James Maddison, and then Luke Edwards will have egg on his face. But there's no way that deal's dead. I'm telling you that now, John.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Look, I mean, Luke Edwards, you know, he's a doom and gloom as well. I mean, I can't take him seriously as well, by the way. A lot of people don't like him. Let's be real. But when it comes off, it comes off. I mean, look, end of the day, right, with Luke Edwards, like, he loves to wind the Newcastle fans up. He just said it there. He winds the fans up. He's a Leyton Orient fan. He doesn't really care. All he does is just gets free beer consignees and whatever sort of thing, or do exclusives as well. But at the end of the day, he works in Telegraph, yeah? There's a few people that I believe is Keith Downing, Jules Colkin, right? And that's just about it, really, because some of these journalists, right, I mean, just love to wind up Newcastle fans up, yeah? He just doesn't want us to have high hopes. But you're right. I mean, he did say the same thing in the summer. They say we're not going to spend a lot of money. We've done 120 million quid in the summer, and Isak was 63 million quid. I mean, look, I'd love to get Luke Edwards on my channel one day, but is he going to come? I doubt it. So, yeah, what can we say about the guy?
Well, what do you want me to say? The guy's a knob, John. That's what he is. And,
yeah,
so, you know, the sooner the club start dismissing him, the better, because he's just too much doom and gloom around the city. And he's not even from Newcastle, John. So he was only here because the only reason he was the only one who was allowed in the press conference with a certain amount of people, like Craig Hope was banned by Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
It's because he was a Steve Bruce ally, because he was up Steve Bruce's backside, and he continues to do so. And he's always going to hold it against us being, he's always going to hold it against us, John, over Steve Bruce getting sacked, because we sacked his mate. I wonder if he's doing the same with West Bromwich Albion as well. Oh, I bet he's not, though, because nothing's been said since they sacked him. Have you noticed, though, John? Nobody's come out and criticised West Brom, but we got all the criticism when Steve Bruce went.
Yeah, you know what it is, right? It's just sour grapes. It's absolutely sour grapes, Tony. You're absolutely right. Not a dicky ball. It didn't make the back page. It didn't even make the middle page. It's just quietly done the business. That was it. But when it came to us, right? Oh, no, people's having a go at us. All the media saying that he's done a wonderful job and this and that and t'other. And then they say he made a big mistake. And I've heard a couple of people, journalists, saying that Steve Bruce didn't get a chance with the new owners. He needed a new chance. And I think Luke Edwards is one of them as well, to be fair, because, look, you're right. I mean, he's just having a paddy now because his mate, Steve Bruce, is no longer the manager of any single club. And I think he's done.
Yeah, I think he's done as well, John. And I just, like I say, I wouldn't take notice of what Luke Edwards says, because he says we didn't have much money left in the summer to spend, but we went out and spent it. So I don't trust that guy one bit. And why our reports keep coming out that PIF want to spend big in January to keep where we are, and he's saying we're not going to. Well, no. What it is, John, is because he doesn't want us being in that top four. That's why. And he doesn't want us being in that top four, because I think he sides with that big six, as they so call it.
I've not been fun, but I think the guy's an absolute muppet sort of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, the reason I haven't blocked him, because I just want to see his tweets as well and to see what crap he comes off with at the end of the day. I can't take him seriously. Do you know what I mean? It's like, he thinks he's one of the top guys. Well, he's not, right? I mean, he's like, I'll be surprised we're so athletic one of these days, you know what I mean? Work with David Ormstein and, Charlie, whatever his name is, sort of as well, an Arsenal fan as well. He'd be better off working for them. But the guy, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take him seriously. I'm not going to listen to him. And there you go. And we're going to go on to Lee Maddison and James in a minute. Let's go through these comments, by the way. And Stu saying hi to Jules. Everyone's saying big up to Matt Fletcher. Hope you're okay, mate. Lots of sunlights in John's window and lots of moonlights in Tony's window. What does he mean by that, Tony? Is the lighting okay?
Yeah, your light's okay. No, John, what he's saying is I think it's to do with the it's like a riddle. I think it's to do with the transfers sort of thing. I'm trying to...
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, we love our laptop.
I think unless he wants to explain what it is, I mean, I don't know. He can explain it as well. I mean, I've been at work all day, so my head's not there yet, ready for these riddles. So, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. We love this guy, really do. Always on my channel. When I'm on Macy's channel, I hope Macy's okay. And she apologized to us today because I was getting a lot of stick today on the tweet I sent out because some of the people.
He means the light filter, John.
The
light filter, that's what he means.
Well, my light filter.
I don't know, John. I don't know because I don't know.
Yeah. Fair enough. Got one from Leslie. Spain's win just scored as 1-0 to Spain. Germany's already winning, by the way. Don't listen to Luke. Listen to the Fry Kim Maddison. Grew on the Tottenham. You heard it here first. Well, they linked as well. And Luke is saying something won't happen means it will. That's either coffee, yeah. Whatever he says, look the other way. Luke hasn't got Scooby-Doo. No one haven't got a clue at all whatsoever. No one don't know what happens in the judges. Don't communicate. Stop guessworking. Do not stop guessing. And yeah, monumental belling for Luku. Declan Rimmon move away from West Ham. I'll tell you what, one thing will happen. We're not going to pay 125 million for this guy. Big up to Gary. When is Newcastle flying to Saudi of playing against a country that won the World Cup for the title? Sorry, I'm just missing my Toon army. Eventually, I know we got a World Cup going on in a minute. Yes, we do miss the Premier League, let's be real. But let the World Cup play its course, man. And it'll come back this month on Boxing Day. So it'll come. It will come.
Yeah, but don't forget, the Premier League's back Boxing Day, but we have got a game before the Premier League. So we got the 20th Bournemouth. So it's the 20th you want to be looking forward to, first of all. But
yes.
I think there's a game on December the 8th in Saudi, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Next Wednesday. Next Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, next Thursday. I would love to be in Saudi, Toon. I really, really would. Do you know what I mean? Next time they go there, I'm going to book off a holiday and I'm going to get myself over there as well and go there live as well. So I will be definitely going to Saudi as well. And I think for me, it'll be an experience. And that's December 8th on that one. Heard that today as well, like the coffee. I resume West Ham has to sell the all the signs they did. Yeah, they spent a lot of money in the summer. They've done about 150 mil this summer. And they like filter, yeah. And is Rice that good? It's easy, that's fallen off a bit. Not sure if that's ITK. Listen, one thing I'm going to say, right? I mean, no one don't know what's happening in the transfer, yeah? We're not going to say this guy's going to come to Newcastle, this guy's going to go to there, and then Toba. We're going to talk about it, right? We make a decision, right, where he's going to come to us or not. We are going to talk about Gakpo and the bits from PSV Eindhoven as well. And is Declan an upgrade on Longstaff? Very interesting. Very interesting. I think slightly better. I will say that. But James Maddison, he's got a market value of 55 million quid. Excuse me. And by the summer, I think it'll be in the summer. We're probably getting for around about 40, 50 million quid. I think Tony, if we are going to get James Maddison, I think we're going to try and get a Raheem Sterling style sign money, 50 million quid they sold for this last year's contract. I could see him doing the same, Leicester.
Yeah, I can as well, John, because remember, not only will Leicester want good money for him, because when Leicester do sell him, they've got to give Norwich a 15% sell-on fee straight away, and it's got to be upfront the whole lot as well. So Norwich want it all back in one go. It's not allowed to be paid back in instalments. That's what Norwich said in the deal when he went to Leicester City. So, yeah, we wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, totally agree. Wait and see what happens, and they're not going to get, 12 months left on his contract as well. That's going to be fun. That's going to be so fun as well. But we'll see. We'll see. The way Longstaff has been playing, I think Longstaff is just as good at the minute. And we've got one here from Foxy. Foxy! Declan Rice is a big update on Longstaff, but it would be totally insane to spend 90 mil on Rice. I will not spend 90 mil on Rice, to be fair. I know people say that it's English, but at the end of the day, right, you can get quality midfielder for a lot less than 90 million quid. It's as simple as that. I mean, yeah, it's just crazy money, man. And coffee, Rice isn't worth 90 million quid, definitely not. And big up to Katie and Jonathan. I hope you're okay. Kate, you want to come on my show one day, pet? Just let us know. We're definitely looking for a lass to come on my show as well, because it's nice to have a mix on the show as well. Big up to you, Paul, as well, my guy. I hope you're okay from Blue Nose Vlogs, and he's a big Evertonian as well. And I wonder if Frank Lampard is going to keep his job before the end of the season, because he is to be under the pressure at that football club as well. So if we do get James Maddison,
is he an Everton fan, John?
He's Evertonian. Eh?
Are you sure? Because he's got a Birmingham City badge on his picture.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. You're right. I do apologise. I'll take it back. Sorry, Paul. I've always a big Evertonian, but when they say Blue Nose, I think of Everton straight away. But
yeah,
sorry, Paul. But Birmingham doing that. We tied on John Eustace as well as the manager, sort of playing some good football as well. And even Kate as well said the same thing. Thank you, Kate. Appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I mean, where do you think James will be fitted in if we do sign him? Is he going to play alongside Joe Linton and Bruno Guimaraes, or is he going to change the formation and play Mads as a number 10 role?
Well, that's the conundrum for Eddie Howe to work out, isn't it? But you could slot him in that midfield alongside Bruno and Joe Linton. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, and just play. I mean, a lot of people saying that Bruno's going to be playing further forward if we get another midfield, that sort of thing as well. But you can do that as well. You can play anywhere in the midfield, and you can play further forward. I think Bruno's. I mean, it's been unlucky for the national team, and not getting much starts on the moment. He did play on the other day against Switzerland when he set up Casemiro as well. So let's go on to I'd rather buy a 45 mil Bruno than a 19 million English player any day. To be honest, Jules is so spot on. He is so spot on, Tony.
Yes, he is. He's absolutely right. Yeah. Why do you want to spend that much on an English player? It's just ridiculous. It's just shows you how crazy our prices are in this country.
It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? Because the one thing I'm going to say, look at Leicester, like Tielemans, right? He's out of contract at the end of the season, right? I reckon that if I go to Europe, I don't think they sell him to us. I think they're going to keep him, just get rid of him get him off on a free. And talking of, there's one guy I would never ever get rid of on the free. I'll give this guy a new deal tomorrow, and that's Billy.
Hey, Billy. Hope you're well, mate.
Big up to Billy, my guy. I mean, Billy's right. Thanks for coming on the other day, Billy. You're absolutely fantastic, and he's working on me sure anytime. And he's a good guy. He is that guy. He really is. Trossard, now will probably suit our system better than Maddison. Maybe both. That's in Clone Lad. That's another player to be linked with. Trossard as well. He's got 1 year left on his contract, but they can extend his contract to another year, can they, Tony?
They can do, John. Whether they do or not, I don't know. But it's one of them. Just watch your space, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got an early exit from the World Cup now, so yeah, at least he can get back to training anyway. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's another player I'm going to talk briefly about as well, thanks to Truls as well. I mean, Truls has made a great point. A great name has just come up. He used to play for Udinese, plays in Ligue 1, right? And he used to play for Man City, didn't kick a ball full him at all whatsoever. His name is Seko Fofana, and he plays for second place Lens behind PSG. Now, he's having a cracking season in Ligue 1, right, in Lens, and he signed a new 4-year deal right in front of the supporters as well, beginning of the season. And the fans erupted there as well. Now, my understanding is if they don't get in the Champions League this season or in Europe, right, and I think Lens will be in Europe of some sort, then I think this guy could be away and they can make some good money on this player.
Yeah, I think they could, John, as well. I mean, he's a cracking player, Seko Fofana. I would like to have seen him in January, but, it was just one of those things at the time. We didn't really go in for him, but yeah, I mean, he's 28-year-old, isn't he? So, but you know what? He's a cracking midfielder, though.
He's 27, but he's 28 in May, right? And I follow his career when he played at Udinese, right? I mean, he spent 4 seasons at the Dacia Stadium, or Dacia, that's what I call it, Dacia, because that's the name. And 112 pins at Udinese and 13 goals. And for long, This is coming up this third season, 74 appearances for the French side, and he has scored 12 goals. He's Ivory Coast international as well. Not playing many games for them, by the way. 6'1", and he's got a market value of 35 million quid. And I tell you what, as today's market, that is absolutely cheap. If Declan Rice is 90 million, right, then this guy's only, 35 million quid. And I think Lens will make the record sale from this guy, 35 million quid. And I tell you what, this guy will fit in, right, alongside of our other two midfielders.
Yeah, I think you're starting really well, John. It's just whether he can do it It's whether he can do it in the Premier League. That's the difference, you know.
He will.
Yeah, I mean, but like I say, he's 27, 28. He doesn't really fit our mould of. We seem to be going for younger players than that, John, now, don't we? So maybe that's come into question as well. But I mean, I've always said, I said the other day, I would either have, if we were going to have a defensive midfielder, somebody to do all the dirty work and help the defence out, I would have someone like either Emmanuel Corny or Edson Alvarez from Mexico, because I think Edson Alvarez is a hell of a player. And I'm just surprised he's hardly played for Mexico in this World Cup.
Absolutely. I do. I think I'm going to have to agree with you there, Tony, 110%. But Alvarez is a damn good player. He really, really is. He's still young. I think it'd be fantastic as well. And it looks like we're going to lose out to Andre Santos, according to reports. He could be off to Chelsea, not for 25 million quid. It could be 13 million quid. So Chelsea somehow may get Andre Santos as well, but we don't know. But we should have to wait and see. So, excuse me. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then you know exactly what to do. Please hit that like button. Give us a subscribe as well. And if you like the super chat, then you know exactly what to do. Just give them what the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. Just click on that. So go through some more comments. Did anyone see the phone technology at the World Cup? You use the camera from your software to view the pitch, tap the players on the screen and get their live stats like speed, heat map, and other data. Never did that one, mate.
No, that's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, it's wicked, that. Brilliant stuff. I mean, I'm not seeing that one at all whatsoever. I got coffee. Truls, thank you so much for that, mate. Real Madrid linked with Bruno Fernandes now. I think Macy will be upset if that happens, man. But I didn't know that. That's new to me. If that is true, that'd be a big test. And if he is going to move away, it'd definitely be in the summer. But I think he'd probably stay in Man United because I think he's happy there as well. Sorry, as Rodrigo, your sister Casemiro. Thank you, Foxy. I do apologise, man. See, look. When it comes to having football, I'm behind. Alvarez from Ajax, a good shout too. Yes, I think that's a great shout as well. There'll be competition for this guy as well. Heard Everton is interested in ASM. I don't know how true is that, but that's a new one to me. But let's be real, Carlos. He will not be going to Everton if he decides to move on. John, what do you think of this player, Saudi player, Salih Al-Dawsari? Now, I don't know a lot about this player, I'm not going to lie, but what I do know, right, he did used to play for Villarreal, but now he plays his club football for Al-Hilal, if I pronounce that name right. 47 goals.
Yeah, he's a winger, John.
He's a winger, yes. He's 31 years old. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, that's the problem, John. We won't sign him. Not at 31-year-olds because we don't sign older players now.
Unless your name is Kieran Trippier, but nah, you're right.
Well, yeah, that's a difference, yeah. But
yeah.
But that's a difference. But now if you watch the way we're buying players, it's all younger players now.
Yeah, with a sell on with a resale value as well, which I think is the way to go. We're not going to be paying big bucks for a player that's going to be on the wrong side of 30. Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah, say he's turned us down to go to Saudi Arabian team, right? But let's be real, we was never after him. That's not the owner's dream, not a fan stream. It's the fan stream, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. We need experienced players too. We do, but if the money is correct. Let's go to some comments. Disappointed with Andre joining Chelsea. I'd want him. Brony and Amrabat, who has been shining for Morocco in this World Cup. I mean, Rabat. If we don't heard of this guy is a brilliant player. He really, really is. I like him. We should not set ASM. He assists and gets around 5 goals a season, which can get higher when he gets given time into pin. That's some tools. Edson Alvarez is overpriced too. The all Ajax players worth looking at Garner's Kudas. We're going to come on to him in a bit as well because we have to be linked with him as well. What's the name of the app? Let's check that out. Coffee. And John, which is worse, gingers or I'm not going to say that word as well. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry, Ian. But we're going to come on to, actually, we're going to go on to Gakpo. We are being linked with, and I don't know the reporters how true it is, according to 90 Minutes, Tony, that Newcastle made Mohamed Kudus inquiry. This is the Ghanaian internationals hitting off in the World Cup, doing really well. He plays at Ajax, right? And he's taking the division by storm. This guy's a big lad, scores, and he's just been so exciting. This is a guy who's been doing really well in the Champions League. And this guy's 22 years old, right? And it could have been 15 million quid, but now its value now is going to be at least 30 million quid.
Yeah, I mean, Garner's out the World Cup. I saw him play against Portugal, and he had a cracking game against Portugal. He looked all right, didn't he? So, but still, you know, for our owners, money's no object, is it really? The only thing with our owners is we won't be ripped off. That's the problem. That's the difference. They've got the money, but they won't be robbed. That's for sure.
Exactly. I say 6 months, so 5.9. No, you're absolutely right. We're not going to get fleeced by anyone. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle tax? You've got to be joking. Fraser Ajax he's been there for what? Just over 2 seasons now. 10 goals in 47 games. For Ghana, 7 goals in 20 internationals. This guy is such a hot talent. And you know what? If he's available, I tell you, someone won't mind having this guy at all whatsoever. But it's going to be competition for this guy. There's lots of Premier League clubs that are after him as well. Liverpool are after him as well. So maybe to replace Mo Salah in the future. Who knows? But we just have to wait and see what happens on that one. 30 people watching live. Thank you very much indeed, people. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much indeed. And let's have a look at some more comments as well. What would AS's value be? Around 50 million? 50 million for ASM. Do you think it'd be worth that money? But what you have to take into consideration is his injuries as well.
Yeah, exactly, John. I'm not sure what he would be actually worth, to be fair. I mean, because hasn't played a lot of minutes this season, has he? I mean, he has played and he's played well, but he's been out for a while. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Probably more 40 million, I think. You'd probably get 40, 50 million, to be fair, though, John. Because he's still young as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, the thing is, right, one thing I'm going to say as well is just, we're going to buy players. I mean, ASM, he needs competition because you haven't got another left winger on the club as well. You can't class Jacob Murphy as a left sided winger. You need another winger on that position as well. And that's what we're desperately going to need to provide Alan competition, because if he doesn't perform, someone could walk straight in. Trossard would be absolutely brilliant. Real talk, it'll be absolutely brilliant as well if he's available. It's a simple attack. He's left-footed. He can come and slot the team straight away. And 50 million, I tell you what, if you tell that to Alex, to view Stato, it would just say he does not want him to be sold. And personally, I don't really want him to be sold.
No.
But he'd be an asset for Newcastle United if we do get a winger to cover as well. Everton couldn't afford a shoelace to effing back on tramps. That is about time. We will spend big again. He's under no doubt that this is all ramping up. Get used to it, people. Get used to it. If it isn't going to stop, that's an Ian. Do you know what it is, right? I don't think it's going to stop neither. Musala or Maslala has to be the best player who can score to save his life. Misses sitters every single game, Maslala.
He does, doesn't he, John? He's a good player, but he does miss sitters. And I mean, this is a guy who turned his back on England to play for the Germans.
Yeah.
I mean, every time we play, England play against him and he plays, he gets booed off the England fans every time now. And And he says himself he doesn't understand why the England fans are booing him. But, well, what does he expect? He turned his back on England to play for Germany.
Yeah, he's absolutely. I'll tell you what, he's doing a good job for us, but missing chances, not good. Not winning an international player. You can't keep missing chances like that. You know what I mean? But he's not a bad player, but he just cannot score. That's his trouble. That's his problem. And Mark, thank you so much for the super chat, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. No comments, by the way, but Mark, welcome abroad, and thank you so much indeed, my guy. I hope you're having a fantastic evening with your family, and enjoy the World Cup as well. And we should not sell ASM at all, in his opinion. I agree there. Would you swap ASM for Trossard? I wouldn't, or I don't think I'll swap him. I keep ASM, but being Trossard, I'd rather do that. But I don't think I would swap him for Trossard. I still keep ASM 100%. I'd have ASM and Trossard have both players, and Masala. Nothing's going to miss chances like that. And I think ASM is the one to keep at the minute, lads. And I've got to have to go with Gary on that one as well, because we need him. Because when he's fit and he's on it, and I think Eddie Howe must have drumming into the lad and say, look, come on, step up. You can do better than this. Then cool. Now in third, I want to see how he does, right? I want to see how he does, right? Now now in the top four. They're all updates on what we have. That's an Ian, probably about the technical side. I've just think one player in January, that's in Carlos. And by the way, that's the first super chat I've had for about 3 months. But thank you, Mark. Really, thank you so much indeed. Right in midfield's done wins World Cup. Trossard deserves more playing time. Do you know he gets game time, and do you know what it is, right? Tony, would you take Trossard in the summer, maybe?
Yeah, it would be competition for ESM on the left, wouldn't it? So yeah, absolutely.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. And we've got one here from Charles. If we needed to sell, then I guess ASM would be a target. But we don't need to sell our best players anymore. Exactly right. We don't need to sell our best players anymore. But Matt Target, right, is the one. I mean, I've heard rumours that he could be on his way in January because he's just not playing in the first team. I mean, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Eddie Howe knows about it, but is this his attitude? Is his training's not right? I don't know.
There's something going on behind the scenes, John, because, I mean, it's strange why he's not getting game time. And I know Dan Byrne's playing well at left back, so you can't drop Dan Byrne. But is that something going on behind the scenes with Target? I mean, is he homesick, for instance? Does he not like being too far up north? I don't know. I mean, it could be that. Who knows, John? It'll be interesting. If he does get sold in January, then I'm sure we'll find out why. Well, hopefully we'll find out why he was sold.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because no one knows what's going on behind the scenes, and we're going to find out what's going on. Because look, when he does play, I think he's brilliant last season, but I don't think Matt Togg's been that great this season. By the way, I really don't. I'm not going to lie, because something ain't quite right with his fitness, whether he doesn't go forward enough, I don't know. But look, at the end of the day, one thing I will say, right, he needs to fix up if that is the case. And I'm a fan of Matt Togg, I really am, but we could do another left back if he decides to be moved on. But you never know. I'd rather sell Murphy. That's from Truls. And I think it's Byrne and not Target, in my opinion. Yeah, that left back's going to be his, by the way. And Ian, I think Fraser and a few others will go in January. That's another place going to need to get game time. For me personally, I mean, Ryan Fraser, I mean, if I'm honest with you, I don't know where his best position is. I don't know. But he's not getting games. But has he lost his spark at Newcastle? Does he need to be away?
Well, you look at Fraser playing for Bournemouth under Eddie Howe, he was playing on the left. The only problem with Fraser is, who's going to buy him £80,000 a week wages? Who's going to pay for that? Who's going to pay that sort of money? That's the problem you've got to look at. He's either going to stay here and see his contract out and move on, or if he wants to play, he might have to go and take a pay cut, whether he likes it or not. But it's a strange one. But on 80 grand a week, who's going to take him? He ain't that good, John.
They were not an Eddie Howe team at all. But look, when he first came, he was linked with Arsenal as well. I mean, Arsenal wanted him as well. You know what I mean? I know my guy Lee Goddard was on about get him, go and get him, go and buy him, go and get him, right? And the thing is, right, you know, he was out of contract, and Newcastle were the only ones that got him 80k a week. And I'm surprised that Mike Ashley gave him that money. They're not paying him that money, which I couldn't believe. But he's got another 2 year left on his contract after 2.5 year left contract after this one, mate. So, yet again, you know, he's going to sit on his wages. What can you do?
Yeah, nothing you can do, is there?
Exactly. But then again, it's all about tactics. And of course, being chatted a lot. But Unai Emery's being chatted a lot, isn't he, Tony? Like Unai Emery.
Hasn't he?
I tell you what, he's taking a day off training to come on my channel. Big up Unai. Face position's easy. It's the bench.
Feels like be a good left back, John.
Yeah, we know exactly where though.
In the changing room.
Thank you. Oh, brilliant, man. Has anyone else over? Yeah. Has anyone opened the first door of the Christmas advert calendar chocolate box?
I haven't got one, so I wouldn't know.
I haven't got one, mate. I haven't got one at all. I do apologise, man. But yeah, that's fair. So, I mean, it's going to be in the bin in January. It'll be very, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go on to the next one. It's going to be after Tony as well. I mean, according to reports, right, we all know United's after this guy as well, but his name is Cody Gakpo. We spoke about him so many times, this guy, right? And I tell you something, right? This guy is absolutely brilliant. He's having a fantastic World Cup as well. He scored at every game, right? He scored with a header, left foot, right foot, 6'2", right? We talked to him. He's made 3 appearances in the World Cup and scored all the goals, like I said. And this guy, last season, earned a visa in the 22-3 season so far, 14 appearances, 9 goals, and 12 assists, Tony. This guy's got a market value of 45 million quid, right? And euros as well, by the way. Now, according to the bookies, right, as well, now I touched on him, right, that he was linked to Leeds as well earlier on, but that didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't materialise. But according to the reports, looking now, the Man United are 2-1 favourites, Orlando Dutch International, followed by Newcastle at 7-1. Now, Newcastle United are definitely in the race. And Macy also said as well the other day that he could be off to Old Trafford. So, where do you think he'll go?
Well, they obviously linked him with Old Trafford because Ten Hag was his ex-manager. So, that's why they're linking him. Oh, no, it wouldn't be. No, sorry, because he's PSV, isn't he?
He's a PSV, he's at Ajax.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Ajax. So, yeah, probably because Ten Hag's Dutch manager as well. Maybe that's the reason. But, I don't know, he could be tempted by us. Who knows? Who knows, John? But if it's 45 million euros, go and get it done, as I would say. And that would give ASM something to look at and think, oh, I need to up my game now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a young kid, he's a young lad. He's like 22 years old, this guy. And I'll tell you something as well. I mean, I know his release cost is around about 45 million quid or somewhere like that. But the one thing I will say, he's got a physical presence, he's got both feet, he's strong, he's quick, he's got footballing brain as well. He's played in every single game at Eredivisie as well. And average 89 minutes. His goal participation is 50%. Now, you tell me, right, as a winger, 9 goals in 12 games. Yes, I know people say it's the Dutch league, but one thing I'm going to say, I'm talking about this guy. He is a talent. Yeah, I know people saying, Tony, that a lot of Dutch players hasn't made it like Janssen went to Tottenham, didn't make it, yeah. And there's a few other players didn't make it as Dutch players, yeah. David Klaasen's another one as well, by the way, and he's still playing.
Yeah.
And Botman, 10 out of 10. That guy's going to make it, real talk, yeah. But the 2 main ones for me, there's Koppel, Robin van Persie, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, Tony. Those 2 have made it because they are world-class players at the prom.
Yeah, and so is Botman rating it, and he's Dutch as well.
He is, yeah, for his first season as well. And he's just taking it by storm.
Yeah, exactly, John. He's taking to it like a duck to water, basically.
Exactly. I mean, look, I mean, Botman, I'm glad I mean, that's better for us because not in the World Cup, he's going to come back fit. And, excuse me, he's going to be so amazing between now and the end of the season. If he keeps defending like he is now, especially in his first season, top 4 will be on. I mean, I knew there's corruption, but Christ, when you watch that, you're like, what's the F? That's an Ian. And Gakpo is a Man U fan, a poor lad. I didn't know this at all whatsoever. I remember when some people were saying Fraser's better than Miggy. What can you say? And I love to be proved wrong. But Miggy's having a fantastic season. Our player of the season by a country mile so far. I remember a certain person saying Botman would be third choice Foxy. Remember that, Tony? He said he didn't really rate him.
Yeah,
I can remember
exactly.
very, very well. Very well.
Yeah.
Wow.
He certainly did.
He certainly did. Can't forget that. We have got Maddison. We leave in the summer. Very much doubt in January. I thought that as well. I can't see leaving in January not now because they're going to need him because they're not quite safe yet. And but I feel Leicester will be fine this season. That's after they play. That's after they play us, by the way, get the 3 points in a couple of weeks' time, Boxing Day. And the Dutch great winger at Chelsea, can't remember his name.
Bolo Zendin.
That's the one. That's the one.
If you want his full name, Bodevine Zendin.
Bodevine Zendin. Yeah.
Yeah. Played for Middlesbrough as well.
Yeah. I mean, he's gone from Barca to Chelsea. Fair enough. But Chelsea to Liverpool, and that's fair enough. But Liverpool to the bar? What a coup. What a coup. I'm pretty sure I said Botman will have moments in and new to the starting lineup already happened this season. And big up to Ant, but I'll be on his channel very soon for the preview, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And Muddy talks, it does talk, but I just don't think he's going to go jump. But I tell you what, though, if we offer to accept our 50 million quid, then you know what? I think we're taking 50 million quid. I think that should be a done deal. But
it's funny, John. We play Leicester Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Watch to see Yasser's not over, and he goes over and talks to the owner of Leicester City Football Club, who they call Top, the son of the chairman who died in the helicopter crash. I mean, that's why his son's called. His nickname's Top. So obviously, because I can't pronounce his name anyway, but that's what they call him, Top. Probably the lad on the Leicester fan will say exactly the same. That's what they call him, Top. Watch see they don't get together and thrash out a deal. Maybe, who knows?
Exactly. Totally agree that anything can happen in football. Look at the Isak deal. How quick that happened. Never did know of that. But I said get him, but never did know about it at all. That's a good point, Tony. But you know what it is? Like, it could be a gentleman's agreement, maybe, because he's been loyal to Leicester over the years. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, we're 3 points of Europe, by the way, people forgetting that. You know what? I didn't know that as well. But big up to Bernard Rodgers to turn it around because everyone wanted this guy out. And I think this player went to Bayern. That's Muslera. That's he's on the bank. We got 75 mil for being in European League. That's more money Dan's worth than fee. That is a coup. 75 million in Europe. And people saying the European League is a dead league. No, it's not a dead league. The European League is a cracking league. It really is a cracking league. And I'll be in there. I'll be happy playing the Europa League. There's still some cracking teams in there, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Win that league, you're getting the Champions League. Simple as.
Exactly. We're going to compete for that as well, no matter what. The PI haven't even started yet. John, would you still check Johnny D for 60 mil? Probably wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
No.
For
it's not
me,
worth it.
I think he's inconsistent. Certainly not for 60 mil quid. I mean, for me, I don't think Lil want to do business in Newcastle United again, the way we handle Botman. Big up to Chess again, and hope you're okay. And yeah, Ian, good luck, mate. I wish you all the best. Big up. Everyone's talking to my guy Ant as well. I'll definitely be on the channel soon, 100%. And also, I'm getting so many Arsenal fans, right? Arsenal's going to their channel, do a preview like Stephen Featley, Lottie, also Rich as well. from over and over again. I'm going to be so busy. The thing is, I'll be up in Newcastle on December the 30th, and I wonder if I can take my laptop up as well. I hope so for a flight. I could do, can I, Tony? Take my laptop up? I could do. Shouldn't see why not.
To Milan?
No, Newcastle.
You're going to fly, are you?
Fly up to Newcastle, stop over, and we'll last for 3 days. So I'll definitely be doing that as well, 100%. So yeah, I'm going to take my computer up as well. Can't go without that, by the way. And sorry, I like coffee again. The PIF of Saudi Arabia, the majority owners in Newcastle are secured on 14 billion, 7 years, 14 billion. Sorry, 7 year senior unsecured term loan, the largest ever. What's that means for us, Tony? I didn't know that at all whatsoever. What do you think of that?
Well, that just shows you the money that they've got. So if they can take out a £14 billion loan, that's probably just a drop in the ocean for them. So, yeah, that's massive, John, isn't it?
I think that's absolutely fantastic. It really, really is. I mean, dropping an auction, that's just chicken feed, Tony. That's chicken feed. Pocket money, man. Pocket money.
Yeah.
And you know what it is, right? I mean, it goes to show that we're gonna compete. We are gonna, you know what? We're in this competition here, and we definitely gonna go for it. You know what I mean? Because I've got a funny feeling that we're gonna do something this in January window. We do that, I wouldn't rule it out at all whatsoever. But wow. And Arnie Robin as well was a Dutch winger I was thinking of. Yes, he was success as well.
Yeah, could have been him. It could have been him actually, John, because he was a hell of a winger, Robin, wasn't he? So yeah, actually, the more I think about it now, probably it was more him than Zenden, to be fair. But they were both great wingers anyway.
Fantastic wingers in the pump. Honestly, man, Iron Robin, what a winger him. I think his best when he was at Bayern Munich. I tell you, he just gets better and better and better. Unplayable at times. Even our new owners, Worth, we have been collared by FFP. This is why European qualifying is so key for you guys. And you're absolutely right. I mean, look, people are saying we must be in the Champions League this season, and we're definitely on track. We're definitely on track to keep Bruno happy. That is the thing. I told John, I hope we don't mind me pointing out, if Spain let Japan win, they could kick Germany out with the live scores now in play. I think it's still 1-0 to Spain and Germany, by the way.
It is, yeah.
Thank you. You know, but Klopp's a bellend. I want to touch on Jurgen Klopp. I don't know if you saw it, Tony, right? That time I did a clip as well, by the way. Do check it out. It's out there, right? I did a clip of Jurgen Klopp. He's basically saying that, admitted that they can't compete with Newcastle, and he's just talking up and saying he's obsessed with Newcastle United. I mean, we talked about people being rattled. Jurgen Klopp is being rattled right there.
Oh, he is, John. Absolutely. And he knows that. He knows that, John. But there's no way Jurgen Klopp's getting near our club whatsoever.
Nah. He's basically talking up. He wants to manage Newcastle United in future years. I'll be honest with you, that ain't going to happen anytime soon. Why? Don't get us wrong. He's a world-class manager. But I do not want my manager making excuses week in, week out.
No, I don't want him at the club, John. I wouldn't want him. He's had his time at Liverpool. I think his time's coming to an end at Liverpool, if I'm honest. I don't think he's going to do much more for them, is he? They're struggling this season, it just shows you. And didn't he do the same at Dortmund? He had done well with them, then they started struggling.
100%. 100%. And, and it's being found out as well. And we should have won that game, by the way. We were a better team, Tony. We were a better team. And if any Liverpool fans said they were a better team, I'm sorry. We actually took them apart in the first half. We really did. And we got done by a second goal. But we're doomed at St. James's Park. Sorry, Douglas, if you're watching on the chat, mate. Big up to you, by the way. Love it a bit. Could buy United and Liverpool 14 billion. But that's not going to happen anytime soon because they're staying with us. It's lives hundreds of times more welfare. Literally hundreds. That's an Ian. Just on the Fox here. doesn't loan the money gets past FFP. I'm not sure about that one, Carlos. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, loaning money does help you because if you've got a loan, you can generate that fund because you're generating funds into the club. So the club are generating funds also by TV. That's why when we took that loan out, we secured it against the TV rates. So the TV rates will help pay that loan off. That was it 150 million or something we took out loan, and our overdraft or whatever you want to call it. And it said that the TV rates money will help pay that back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the club's got to generate funds to operate. And to be within line of FFP, you've got to generate those funds through the club as well.
You have to. Because you don't get it done with FFP. I think you spend 500 billion and still 500 million or something like that, or whatever it is, sort of thing, and can still be safe with FFP. But as long as you pay it back after 3 years, that is absolutely fine. But they're not bothered about that at all whatsoever. And also, could we get a new sponsorship, Tony, as well next week called the Sports Witness as well? Who's that going to be?
Don't know, John. It could be anybody. I mean, we'll see. We'll just have to wait for an announcement, and I'm sure the club will make an announcement in due course. But I don't know who will be the sponsorship on the shirt next season, but that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are saying Saudi Airways, but they're the travel partner, so I can't say that if they're going to be the travel partner, are they going to actually go on the shirts as well? Could be somebody totally different, John.
Well, I tell you what, though, it'd be very, very interested because apparently, because of paying for the next big commercial move, with talks underway over a deal that could be worth as much as 300 million over 10 years, 30 million a season sponsorship. Let me tell you something, right? This is huge, Tony. This is very, very huge, you know.
Yeah, and according to media reports as well, and I think it's been confirmed actually by Man United. In fact, I think it's been confirmed by Adidas that Man United and Arsenal next season will be selling replica kits without the sponsor on, but only the third kit. So the home kit and the away kit will have the sponsor on, but the third kit won't. And if you want the one with the sponsor on, you'd have to buy the player's third kit to have the sponsor on. Because it's saying it looks good, like how Forest have done it without the sponsor.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, look, it's good to have a sponsor on your kits, like, you know what I mean? But if it works for you, cool. But we're getting the sponsorship, Tony. We're not bothered about them yet. We're not.
No.
You're not.
Absolutely.
But don't care. Sponsorship, we're going to get 300 million rumours, but we'll see. And that's what Truls saying there about the sponsorship. Thank you, Truls. I think Newcastle bring players compete to win the league this season, lads. That's in Gary. Gary said we could win the league if we get the players. It's going to take us there. Do you know what I mean? Musa Diaby is another player we'd love to get at Newcastle as well for competition. Klopp would not get the job because of the way he's battered out Warners. Exactly. Be no illusion. The Saudis wants the top spot. That's from Ian. They're on here for a giggle. Indeed, yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank you. So much money involved in football. Was well and truly robbed in Liverpool. We were, Gary. We were. And each chat and Tyler Coffee. We took money out against TV money on loan, but still couldn't spend in the summer due to FFP, which is just to protect the big six. Everything is to protect them. The big six, man, don't get us wrong. They just don't want us involved, don't they, Tony? But I tell you something, we are rattling them. Every one of them.
Exactly, and they don't like it, John. We've upset the apple cart now.
Exactly, and it's been proved. That's why we got 32 people watching. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much indeed. And billions, PIF is like us finding a fiver. 750 billion is no joke. Saudi Airlines are travel partners just at the end of the season. Room has to be assured sponsors with mega deal to be arranged from next season. And I tell you what, Tony, football shirts is gonna sell like hotcakes, my guy. Honestly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hopefully we'll got rid of Castor next season as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we Castor? Because I tell you what, they should not get anywhere near the Premier League. Wrong size kits, tacky, cheap. Sorry. And he is chatting to Ant. JSTV sponsorship on the Newcastle shirt. Don't tell Paul that, mind, because the other day I was on Billy. Billy came on and Gemma. Paul came on and said, "I'm watching you, Sinclair." Loving the bits, man.
Have you got 22? Have you got 22 million pound a season, John, to sponsor the shirt?
I wish I did have 22 million to sponsor. I should do a lot of the Euro millions and that, and then I'll probably do it. Do you know what I mean? And probably get a part as well, sort of thing as well. If I do win 22 million quid, then you know what? I'll do a bit of charity as well. Go your full-time YouTuber sort of thing. That's what I love that I do. That's my ambition, to become a full-time YouTuber. And hopefully in a couple of years' time, that's what I love to do. But we'll see what happens. Big up to Andrew DB. I hope you're okay, mate. Working abroad, mate. And hope you're canny. And it won't bring the helicopter back from the tarmac at Leicester. That's from Carl. Carl, please do hit the subscribe button, mate. If you can, that'd be good. Thank you very much. No sporting club in any sport has ever had this kind of backing behind it. Sounding based.
Yeah, John.
Go on, Tony.
Yeah, to be honest with Kyle there, that's not really a nice comment to make. I mean, the owner died in a helicopter crash, John, and that's bad taste. That I'm sorry, it's just not good enough.
Carl,
shouldn't be on in the chat. And
nah,
have football banter, but stuff like that, please don't put that on the chat. That's absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, I do apologise, viewers, for reading that out as well. And Carl, if you do come on my channel, mate, or do come on my chat, please, just be just be sensible. That comment will not do me sure at all whatsoever. That's my fault. And I've got some mods as well. I mean, Jez and Jules could have picked it up as well. I do apologise, guys, but I know it's not your fault. But comments like that will not be tolerated on my show. I mean, it is simple as that. Okay, so Carl.
Japan have equalised, John.
Japan?
Yes.
Oh,
Ritsu Doan has equalised in 48th minute. So I'll tell you how things stand at the moment, John. Yes. Spain are top on 5 points. Japan are second on 4 points. Germany are third on 4 points. And Costa Rica are on 3 points. So as things stand, if it stays the way it is, Spain and Japan qualify and the Germans will be going home tomorrow.
Exactly. Well, I think that'd be absolutely brilliant. If Germany does go home, that gives us a chance as well.
John, I'm not worried about the Germans. Jesus, they're not that bloody good.
Not really.
That team's not that great. No, they're not that great, John. I'm not worried. Wouldn't be worried about the Germans. If we played them in the final, I think we'd beat them because I don't think they're that great.
Absolutely. Totally agree. They'll miss chances again, and hopefully Harry Kane be up for it as well. And I'll chuck in Callum Wilson as well, by the way, just to add a bit of spice there. Yes. And FFP is what is here, mate, no matter the money. I do apologise. I'll read that comment again for those who missed it. No sporting club in any sport has ever had this kind of backing behind it. Saudi make Qatar, it looks like paupers. Exactly. Yeah, I've done that, and don't worry about that. That comment will not do on me chat at all whatsoever. Very poor form. He is banned. Let's go.
Yeah, sorry I had to put in there, John, but I just didn't think that comment was appropriate to be on there, and I just thought it was just bang out of order, really. And I hope he comes on and actually apologises for it. Whether he will or not is another matter, but certainly people like that shouldn't. The stuff in football, like, yes, you can have banter, but you don't use somebody's death for banter, I'm sorry, or a tragedy in any circumstances whatsoever. You know,
thank you very much, Tony.
We've had many tragedies. You see, Everton, you know, you've had it where Liverpool fans have been mocked for the Hillsborough disaster. It's absolutely disgusting. It's despicable. And it's just downright rude and it's downright sick as well, John, in my opinion.
Thank you very much for that, Tony. And once again, chat, I do apologise for that comment, and I hope that you lot didn't. Well, I can't say you get to set that sort of thing, but that will not be Tony on my channel at all whatsoever. Thank you very much indeed. I do apologise. And Total Football, big two, Total Football. Yes, you're absolutely right. What's the point of mate? Football banter's cool, but not that cool. That's what's not cool. Thank you very much indeed, mate. May John get 22 million sponsor? I'd love to. Yes, one Seisha Chan. As Jones would see it in Dad's Army, they don't like it up him. Exactly. And let's go on to Ian's chatting to Ant as well.
Japan 2-1.
2-1 Japan.
But VAR checking it, John, because I'm not sure if the ball went out of play because it was very, very close. So it may take a while for this one to be sorted out.
Thank you very much indeed. Keep those updates coming through. Thank you, Cheers. I appreciate that. Cheers. Thanks so much indeed. Just goes to show you have to have mods in this game. You have to. Simple as that. And how would Hull handle big names if he finished in the top 4 and signed superstars? That's the musical Magpies. That's a very good question, man. Very good question, Tony.
Yeah. But Howe's already... so you can see Eddie Howe already handles big names because he's just... You see Eddie Howe, he's done it with Bruno. He's handling Bruno fine, so I can't see him having a problem. VAR's giving it, John. It's 2-1. Goals being given.
2-1. Thank you.
So 2-1 Japan.
Germany's going home.
Yeah, well, at this rate they are, John. And scorer for Japan is Tanaka. Tanaka.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much indeed. 2-1 to Japan. And Japan could be going through. Yeah, I think Eddie Howe will do well, handling big names as well. Hope we get welcome Adidas back as kit supply Castor has been pretty shite all around. That's from my guy Stu. I agree to extent, but the amount of money involved just make that statement irrelevant. It's 750 bill, but comparison to Glazers are worth about that. It's just...
if that stands, John, Japan will finish as group winners with Spain in second place.
Wow. Well done. Well done to Japan. Big up Japan if they do it. And yes, guys, football's big and close to us. Thank you. Ant, totally agree. And it won't be coming back on. I'll probably block him. Thank you so much, Cheers. We don't need fans like on the channel. Definitely not. Thank you, Cheers. I appreciate that. Japan scores is 2-1. But that's been sorted. Listen, all the balls out of the player, giving it. And I thought so. Yeah, talking about Japan. 2-1 Japan. Total Football. Worst thing that could do it now and sign big players. I love Bruno, but he is not a big name. Is he a big name? Tony, is he a big name in world football?
He is now, John. He's proven it, yeah. He's going to be a big name in world football as well. So, yeah, absolutely, John.
Exactly. He is going to be world class, by the way. The PIFs earn multiples of billions a week in investments. That's Ian. We've got Bruno in the middle. We have indeed Japan beat Germany, beating Spain, but couldn't manage to beat Costa Rica. Football makes 0 sense sometimes, correct. Will we sell Chris Wood? I hope we do. I hope that's the case. What results will Germany need if they have to qualify? Well, they're going to have to hope Spain to win and Germany to win as well.
Well, if Japan hold on and win, for Germany to overhaul, well, they can't overhaul because what they need Japan to draw, so then they need to win by a couple of goals. But if Japan win, Germany can't go through because they can't overtake Spain because Spain will be on 5 points. So yeah, they can't overtake Spain.
Absolutely, man. Can't do it.
Sorry, 4 points Spain's on, sorry. No, so yeah, hang on. No, Germany could qualify, but they'd probably have to beat Costa Rica about 7-0. Because Spain's got a +6 goal difference over Germany. So, yeah, so they have to win about 7-0.
Wishing
At
all the
least.
best on.
And can you see them scoring 7 in the second half? Well, football's crazy and this World Cup's crazy, but I can't see it happening.
I can't see
We
it.
saw Mexico last night. They tried everything to get that goal and they couldn't get it. When I come off air, I watched the last bit of that. Michael Oliver was referee of that game last night as well, by the way.
Yeah.
And Anthony Taylor refereed the match today as well. Between, I think, Belgium, wasn't it? The Belgium game he refereed.
Exactly. I don't know what's going on there. Like, it was a supposed to noise sort of thing. Yeah, you could be right, Tony. You could be right, but it's going to be very, very interesting next 35 minutes or so. We have a World Cup winner in our squad. You never know if Brazil does it. That'd be brilliant. Tony John, that's what my last message was. If Spain throw this, Germany's out. Spain was a goal up and they 2-1 down. Forget about Chris Wood. Germany need to score a ton of goals, like Tony has mentioned. This is the best chance England's ever had to win a World Cup, given the amount of top 6 teams that already out. Belgium's the latest one as well. He's going to be a big name, but not yet. He is on his way, though. That's Bruno. 0-0. People don't realise how important top 4 is to keep the top 6 projectors going, because right at FP, it'll be a horrible misses. John or Tony, your phone's giving the feedback, needs a headset. Thank you, man. I'll work that sorted. Will it be for?
And by the way, John, breaking news. Costa Rica have equalised. Tajeja has equalised for Costa Rica against Germany.
Wow. Brilliant.
So, Costa Rica, I'll be hoping Spain beat Japan because they could go through, John.
Yes, they could. They could. If they beat Germany, they could.
We're telling you, John, this is full of shocks, this World Cup.
It has. It's Belgium's gone. This week's name's gone out, by the way, as well.
So, as it stands, John.
Yeah.
So they would need Spain to beat Japan because then Japan would be on 3 points and Costa Rica will go through on that. If Japan and Spain draw, Costa Rica wouldn't go through because their goal difference is -6. But Germany are now sitting bottom of the group on 2 points.
Wow. Could you believe that? That is not good. For a football
It's going to be
like
some
Germany.
roundup show for me tonight, I tell you, John.
Yeah, get them building, Tully. Get building. We're going to go through a couple more comments. He will be forced to sign. We'll be forced to sign Ronaldo. Now he's going to Saudi Arabia and the deal's been done. So we got absolutely no chance of getting him anywhere. I don't want him at Newcastle anywhere. He is finished. Aliens are back. Come on, England. 1-1. Germany bottom. Yes, it's Matty Man. Wow, Germany. Costa win. The scenes. And we've got some more as well. So Costa beats Germany, Spain, and Germany are out.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Spain go out, John, if they get beat. If Costa Rica beat Germany.
That
could be Spain and Germany going out tonight.
What odds would you get on that, though, Tony? If that happens. Oh, he still put a bet on.
John, I wonder what the bookies' odds would have been on that. You know, I bet that... Oh, God, I don't know, but I bet that would be some odds, John.
You can make some bomb. You can make a bomb on that, mate.
John, I bet that... I wouldn't be surprised that's about 80 to 1 or 100 to 1, that, because, I mean, that would be high odds. If you'd put a bet on and said, I back Costa Rica and Japan to qualify out that group, I bet the odds were high on that. Even tonight, exactly. I bet they were.
Oh, yes. Missed out there, didn't I? Absolutely missed out.
In fact, I'm going to have a look what the latest odds are at the minute, John. I'll tell you in a moment.
Champion. I'll go through his comments as well. Jock and Lure. I'm not going to read the rest of that, but I know what you mean, Ian. Get these likes up, people. Thanks so much. Yeah, do hit the likes, people, if you're watching the show. Thank you very much indeed. I love this World Cup. And why are you here if you're a Leicester fan? Listen, any fans can come on as well. Anton's welcome to, because he's a great, great guy. I've been on the show before. He's a great guy. I come here a piece of talk. Yes, absolutely. I'll go on different people's channels anyway, of course. No bother at all. Seeing as you're the Costa Rican and Japanese fans, it's sort of style of roots. Absolutely. Totally agree. Football's for everyone. All fans are welcome here. Go on. There you go.
The odds at the moment, John. So Costa Rica, Germany, Costa Rica are 16-1 to win at the moment, still, even though they're 1-1. 3-1 for the draw, and 2-7 for Germany to win it. Japan are 10-11 now to win the game. 15-8 for a draw, and 7-2 for Spain to overturn it and win. So Japan are the favourites now to go on and win this game.
This is exciting, Tony. This is so exciting.
But John, I said this last week to people. I said this to people at work last week. I said this to a Polish guy at work last week. He said to me, Germany will beat Japan. I said, I'll tell you now, don't be surprised if Japan win it. I say it's because Japan have got some great little players in that team. And I wouldn't rule them out. And do you know what? I was spot on about that.
Exactly. Because you're not normally wrong, Tony, but well done you. Well done you. That ball, by the way, did cross the line, by the way.
It did?
It did cross the byline before the Japan scored.
Well, surely VAR should have logged it out then, shouldn't they?
Exactly, and he didn't. It didn't. There's got to be an investigation if Spain does get that. By the way, Tony, the start of that double was 169-1.
Oh. God, John, can you imagine it?
Exactly.
Even if you just put a daft pound on, you get 170 quid back.
Exactly. It's not too late. Yeah, totally agree, Carlos.
No, it's probably gone down the odds since then, John.
It will now. Like, Fox has put £2 on Fox Costa Rica to beat Germany and get 40 quid back. Good luck. Had a bet. Cash out. Japan have some great technical players. They have indeed. They got some good players, Japan. Most of them players in the Bundesliga, by the way. They really are.
Yeah.
So there you go. We're going to wrap it up there, guys, because we're on an hour and a quarter. Because it's not going to be. It's going to be a short one and eat. Like it's just the updates on Newcastle. And thanks so much for coming on there to show. Tony, could you just give us a shout out your socials, please?
Yeah, so guys, you can find me on Twitter at TonyTooney31. Give me a follow and I'll follow you back. You can also follow me on my channel, which is It's All Black and White TV. It's been going about 5 weeks now. Channel's down there, the name, and obviously behind me on the screen. Give me a follow. Come and have a look. Give a like and a subscribe. I'm 1 subscriber away from 150 now, so I'm on 149. So I was saying last night I'd love to get to 150 by the weekend. So hopefully that happens. I get there by tomorrow. But yeah, come and check it out. I'll be back tonight at 9:30 with my daily dose of the World Cup Roundup, which is now becoming a very popular show apparently. So I'll be back at 9:30 where I sum up today's action, what's happened in the World Cup, and we shall see what happens after these games tonight as well. So it looks like it's going to be an exciting end to the night on these games alone. So yeah, so come over, have a look, and I'll be back with a show tomorrow. I'll be back with a show tomorrow, and then yeah, so please have a look. Yeah, please come over. I've got a great channel going, and it's growing, and I'll get there one day as well.
Thank you very much indeed for that, Tony. For your socials, do hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed to Tony's show. He's got some cracking shows as well, like the World Cup Roundup as well, 9:30. Do check his channel out for that as well. Can we have Maddison now, Ant? I don't think it'll be in January, in the summer. Thank you for that, Mighty Mag. Thank you, Truls. And let's go for this. Well, you said no. Bye to you, Unai. We definitely have a Mad as well. I said Ian. Everyone's saying bye to him as well. Thanks so much for coming in. Take care to Ant as well. Go on the show very, very soon. Cheers to you. Cheers. Thanks for modding as well, and Jules for modding as well. And go for this channel as well. Cheers to you. Cheers. Thank you so much indeed. And I'm not going to read the next comment. Please block this guy. I'm not even going to read it out. Tony, if you see that, I'll tell you something. Get this guy blocked right now, because I'm telling you something. He is done out of here. So QI still for if you just get on that, get him blocked right away. Thanks for that, Leslie, as well. And great show, lads. Thank you, Gary. And thank you, Ian. 150 subs now for you, Tony. And cheers.
Oh, thanks.
And yeah, that's it. And I know, thank you very much indeed, Tony, for that as well. I was very wise as well to spot that as well. But guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, hit that notification bell as well for any future shows. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. And the super chat, just click on the $sign. And Mark Lee, thank you very much for your super chat as well, mate. I really appreciate that for the first day of the month. And thanks very much for joining, guys. And until then, and got one from Chairs. Didn't see John. I think a little behind Les. John got ready. Thank you very much indeed in that as well. And until we're back again, hopefully tomorrow for any more news. And until then, it's a goodbye for now. And whatever you decide to do, have a fabulous evening. Take care.